Yes, welcome back. We are going to be learning states of matter. States of what? Matter. States of matter. What do you understand by the term states of matter? The physical states in which the matter exists in. You understand? There are three major states of matter. We have the word solid state, the liquid state, and the word gaseous state. So those are the states of matter we have. We have the word solid, we have the word liquid, and we have the word gaseous state. So these are the three states of matter. How do we understand it? When we have something like ice, the ice that we get from our fridge, isn't it? The ice block. When the temperature goes up, what do we have? The ice will turn to what? Liquid water, isn't it? Then when the temperature continues to go up, then we have what? Gaseous, which is what? Which is what? Vapor. Which is what? Vapor. Which is what? Vapor. So those are the three states that a given matter can find in. What matter is changing from ice to liquid to vapor? What matter? Water, isn't it?
Yes.
Is it not water?
Yes.
Which is what? H2O, is it not?
Yes, sir.
So when it was ice, it is still H2O, isn't it?
Yes.
When it is liquid, it is still H2O. When it is vapor, it is still what? H2O. It's just that it is changing from different states to the what? Order. It is changing from different what? States to the what? Order. And that's what we call it states of what? Matter. The physical state. So this physical state has to be, it has something to do with the arrangement of the particles of the water. You understand? At one point, there is very less kinetic energy. Which point has very less kinetic energy? In the solid state, it has very less what? Kinetic what? Energy. So the particles are not moving. And what kind of arrangement does it have? It has a closely packed what? Particles. Is that clear?
Yeah.
The particles are closely packed. And this one happens at what? Low what? Temperature. So in the physical state of solid, in the solid state, the particles have what? Low temperature. There is what? Less kinetic what? Energy. And there is what? Closely packed particles. Is that clear?
Yes.
Then here in liquid state we have there is what we call high what? High temperature. Is it?
Yes.
And there is more what? More kinetic energy. Is it?
Yes.
And the particles are loose.
Yes.
They are loosely what? Packed. They are a little bit loosely packed than the solid state. But in liquid state we have very high temperature. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Very high what? Temperature. Then there is what? Even more kinetic energy than here. Is it?
Yes.
More kinetic energy. And the particles here do what? They are scattered. Is that clear? So that's why here we have ice, and here we have what? Liquid, and here we have what? Vapor. Is that clear? Is that clear? So these are the different states of matter. And this is what differentiates them. You understand? What differentiates the different states of matter is the what? The temperature. If the temperature is low, you expect that the particles of the solid will have what? Less kinetic energy. And because it has less kinetic energy, it will be more closely packed together. That's why we are having it in solid form. But when you increase the temperature, the particles of the matter acquire more kinetic energy and they will start moving. You understand? And they become loose. So we have what we call liquid state. When you continue to apply more temperature, the particles gain more kinetic energy and they tend to scatter. Then we have what we call the gaseous state. So what are the physical processes? What are the physical conditions or processes that cause change of state? Processes that do what? Cause change of state. Who can tell me the processes that cause change of state? Number one is what we call what? Number one is what? Melting. Melting causes change of state. Melting will cause the change of state from one state to the other state.
Solid.
From solid to what? Liquid. It is called what? Melting. That's the process. Then which other one?
From liquid to vapor.
Called what? Evaporation, ba? Or vaporization, isn't it? Vaporization. That is from what? Liquid to what? Gaseous. Vaporization. So Jump is going to draw something like this and write A here, and they will ask you what process causes the change from liquid to gas. What's the answer? Vaporization. What other process?
Condensation.
Condensation. Condensation. What happens in condensation? From gaseous to what? Liquid. We have what? Condensation. What other process happens? This condensation can also be called what? Liquefaction. Liquid what?
Faction.
That's turning of gas into liquid. Liquefaction. That's another word for condensation. Then we have freezing. Freezing or solidification. That's when it changes from liquid to what? Solid. We have what we call what? Freezing or what? Solidification. So the opposite of melting is what? Freezing. And the opposite of vaporization is what? Condensation. Is that clear? Now what other process of that is a state change of state? Sublimation. Sublimation. We also have what? Sublimation. What is sublimation? When it changes from gaseous state, from what to what? From solid straight to what? Gas. Without changing to liquid. When it changes straight from solid to gas, we call it what? Sublimation. So those processes are what? Melting, vaporization, sublimation. We also have what? Freezing. But freezing, or we call it solidification. Then we also have what we call condensation. But condensation, which I have already explained. So we have melting, vaporization, condensation, freezing, and what? Sublimation. So those processes are processes that bring about what? Change of state. They bring about what? Change of state. Change of state. And you're supposed to know this diagram that shows from solid to what? Liquid, and liquid to what? Gaseous state. And you're supposed to know what happens in solid state. There is what? Low temperature, less kinetic energy, and closely packed particles. Here there is better or bigger temperature, higher than this, but not as high as in gaseous state. There is more kinetic energy, and there is what? It's loosely packed. The particles are loosely packed. Whereas in gaseous state, we have very high temperature or high temperature, not actually very high. But when the temperature is high enough to give it more kinetic energy in order for the particle to scatter, we have what we call gaseous state. Understand? And this can easily be explained by what? Ice, water. Water can be in form of ice at a very low temperature and less kinetic energy and closely packed state. But when when you apply heat, you know that heat increases the temperature. So when you apply heat, the particles will get more kinetic energy and tend to and turn towards liquid. Then when you continue to apply heat, like you're boiling your water in the kitchen, what happens? It starts going into what? Vapor. The gaseous state. Is that clear?
Yes.
So that is the process of change of state.